So in my last video, I showed you guys and gals how to add a Twitch bot with either Streamlabs or Stream Elements. But for this video here, we're going to make a very basic camera overlay, camera border, whatever you want it to call it, in GIMP. Why am I choosing GIMP? Because, well, unlike Photoshop or any other premium software out there, GIMP is 100% free, and not only is it free, it is 100% open source as well. So that's always pretty cool. So I want to show you guys my desktop capture scene here, okay? Now, as you can see here, it's nothing fancy. I have my desktop here behind me and, of course, my camera right here. But, like, this looks okay, but it looks a little... How can I say this? Like, it looks a little boring, right? So I'm going to make a little border, again, in GIMP for this here, okay? Now, what you could always do is you could try to open up GIMP and have a little thing made up and try to guess where your camera and stuff is at, or guess how big you got to make your camera border and everything. But there's a very simple thing you could do inside of OBS Studio, and you could actually take a screenshot of the preview of what you actually see in the preview window inside of OBS. Like, it's actually very cool. So I'm going to make a 1080p webcam border. Okay, so the actual canvas size is going to be 1080p. So what I want to do to make sure it's going to be correct in GIMP as well is I want to go into my OBS settings here, okay? I want to go down to video, and I want to make sure that my base canvas is set to the resolution I want to actually stream at, and that I also want to make my art and everything for, okay? So again, base canvas 1080p, output resolution is also 1080p, and my local recordings here are always at 30 frames per second, okay? So now that that's out of the way, all you got to do is this here, okay? You want to right click in the preview and you're going to see screenshot. Okay. Now I can't show you this because it's going to have, like, you know, well, maybe I can here. Sorry for the screenception here. Okay. But right click. And as soon as you hit screenshot, it's going to put this in the saved folder that you have all of your videos and stuff in for OBS. Okay. So again, right click, screenshot, and that's it. Okay. Now to download GIMP, go to your search engine of choice. Mine is Google. I'm going to just type in GIMP, and right here go to downloads, and you could either download it via a torrent or you could just do it directly. I went ahead and did mine directly. After this gets done downloading, go ahead and install it to the drive of your choice, and after that's done, go ahead and open it up. And just to let you know here, folks, if you open GIMP for the first time on your PC, it might start up a little slow, but after that first initial launch, it should load up fairly quickly after that, okay? Alrighty here, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and hide my camera here so you all can get a better look at what I'm doing behind me here in GIMP, okay? Alrighty, folks, there we go. Now, you want to go ahead and import that screenshot, or that screenshot of the preview that you just did inside of OBS Studio into GIMP, okay? So you want to go to File, Open, and then locate it where it was saved. Alright, and as you can see, it's opened in GIMP now. Now, this is what you want to do to make this a little bit easier here on yourself, okay? You want to hit the Control key, and you could use your mouse wheel here, and you can zoom in on your webcam, just like this here, to make it a little bit easier for you to see, okay? Now, what you want to do is you want to go down here and add a new layer. Just go ahead and hit OK again, and there's your new layer with the alpha channel here, okay? Now, to make a border around your webcam, it's very simple. I know all this might look a little complicated, but folks, I promise you it's not hard at all, okay? You want to go right up here to the rectangle select tool. Click that. And I'm going to go ahead and get this corner just like that there, okay? That actually looks pretty spot on. Alrighty, so what you want to do is this here now, okay? With this here selected, you want to go up to the select menu, and then you want to go to border. Now, personally, I like a really minimal thin border on my webcams, so I go ahead and leave this here at 2 pixels. And as you'll see, it created a border for you. It's that simple here, okay? But it's actually going to be blank. You're going to be able to see right through it. So all you got to do is this here. Go to the paint bucket tool right below that square selection tool. Click right here to make whatever kind of color you would like. My favorite color is already right here. Hit OK, and then just click that right inside, and there's your border. But again, personally, I like to sort of kind of have a two-tone border to just make it kind of pop a little bit, okay? So if you want to add another border inside of this, all you got to do, go back down here, add another layer, hit OK again, right-click the first layer, and then you want to say Alpha to Selection, click up inside of your new layer, go back up to Select. Now you want to click on Shrink, okay? And it's the Shrink option here is going to take this selection you already have, and it's going to make it a little bit smaller. Again, hence why it's called the Shrink option here, okay? So click that, and whenever I do a two-tone border like this or a double border for a webcam, I always try to have the inner border around 1 to 2 pixels smaller than the bigger outer border. So my first border was 2. This one's going to be 1 pixel here, okay? I'm going to hit OK. And as you'll see, it filled that in with another blank border. So just like last time, make sure your paint tool is selected here, your paint bucket, excuse me. And I'm going to get a nice bright color now to really make it stand out. I'm going to go ahead and go with this other favorite color of mine, this really bold gold here, okay? I'm going to hit OK. And just like last time, I'm going to single click right in there. And as you can see here, folks, we have a really nice looking border. And again, pick whatever colors you want. I just picked these here just to make them stand out easier in this video for you all, okay? Now to actually see everything, you can either go up to Select and hit None, but I like to use keyboard shortcuts, so I'm going to go Control-Shift-A, and that's going to deselect everything, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and zoom back out now. And this is how it looks. Now you're saying, well, okay, this looks fine and everything, but how do I actually import this without that picture into OBS? Not a big deal there, folks. Just like in Photoshop, everything here in GIMP has layers, okay? So this is a layer, that's a layer, and even the screenshot behind everything is a layer as well. So to get rid of that, you just hit the little eye tool, and that will get rid of it, or in other words, it will hide it. It's not deleted, it will still be there, but you just can't see it on final export, okay? Now this is the important part. Whenever you go to export this, you want to export it as a PNG, because a PNG picture is what actually holds transparency. So go to File, Export As. I'm going to go and save this here to the desktop. And let's just call this here Cam Border. But again, though, folks, save it wherever you would like to as well, okay? Then hit Export. Go ahead and leave everything here the way it is. I'm going to go ahead and downsize this. Now, folks, I do apologize for the screenception here, but bear with me here, okay? I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera back on. Now, to add a picture inside of OBS Studio, you want to click this little plus sign, or you can right click here as well, but just for the sake of this tutorial here, I'm going to click on the plus sign here. I'm going to go to Image. I'm going to give it a name here. Let's just call it Border. Alrighty, now I'm going to hit Browse. I'm going to go to my desktop, and if I did it correctly, it should be right here. And folks, sure enough, there it is. And what I'm going to do here as well, I'm going to go in and click this right here. Unload image when not showing. In other words, whenever I'm on a separate scene that you can't see this particular scene, it's going to offload this out of system memory to where it won't take up CPU resources. If you're on a modern system, it really shouldn't be that big of a deal, but I like to do it just in case, okay? I'm going to hit OK. And the great part about doing it this way here, folks, is that since we took a screenshot of the preview, everything is already in place inside of GIMP to where whenever you import your exported webcam border, it should basically be spot on where you want it to be based on where you put it from that screenshot. And as you can see here, I didn't have to move it around at all. I just imported it and it magically fits right where I wanted it. So everybody, look, I hope that, I really hope this helps some of y'all out there. I know that everybody wants a really nice, flashy, cool looking overlay. Again, GIMP is a free tool. They don't sponsor me by any means. It's just what I got my start with years ago, making my own custom overlays and stuff. So I figured I would show you all how to do it as well. But hey, you know what? If you want to see more content like this here on the channel, do me a huge favor, get subscribed. I would really appreciate it. Toss this video a like if you want to, if you loved it. If you hated it, go ahead and thumb it down. I do not mind at all. That is how I learn. So yeah, folks, again, hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks for coming by, and hey, happy streaming.